Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. In Ralf Rangnick's press conference ahead of Manchester United's game against Wolves, Rangnick said he's desperate for Edinson Cavani to stay at Manchester United until the end of the season. Manchester United got Cavani on a free transfer from PSG back in the summer of 2020. Cavani has got a good pedigree behind him. Look at the amount of silverware he won when he was a PSG player, and he was also a long-serving player when he was at PSG. Cavani did play alongside Ronaldo in the 3-1 win against Burnley on Thursday night. Cavani rescued a point for Manchester United in the 1-1 draw against Newcastle last Monday night. Cavani and Ronaldo complement each other well. Now, towards the end of last year, he said Cavani agreed to join Barcelona on an 18-month contract. Barcelona are seeing Cavani as a replacement for Aguero because Aguero retired due to heart problems. Juventus have also been linked with Cavani, and earlier on this season Cavani rejected a move to Boca Juniors. Cavani's contract at Man United expires in the summer. Now, Manchester United must beat Wolves tomorrow. Manchester United are coming into this game on the back of a 3-1 win against Burnley. It was a good performance against Burnley, especially in the first half. You know, Rangnick did say it's the best performance he's seen so far since he's taken over at Manchester United. It was a much better performance than what we saw against Newcastle last Monday night. The goals against Burnley came from Scott McTominay, good composed finish from the edge of the box. That was McTominay's first goal since February and his 15th goal for Manchester United. The second goal from Man United was an own goal by Ben Mee. You know, Sancho struck it, got deflected off Ben Mee. And Man United's third goal came from Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo obviously now has 14 goals in all competitions since he re-signed, and he's got 803 goals in his career. Burnley's goal came from Aaron Lennon. Paul Pogba, he's still out for Man United. He's got a muscle injury. He got the muscle injury in France training earlier on this season, but the good news is, from a Man United perspective, that Pogba is close to returning. Eric Bailly, he came off injured against Burnley on Thursday night, had to be replaced by Varane. I was actually surprised that Varane didn't start against Burnley. Martial, he's still out with injury, but Martial doesn't really get in the team. Martial will leave Manchester United in this January transfer window. Last year, Rangnick confirmed that Martial wants to leave Manchester United because Martial held talks with Ralf Rangnick over his future. And last year, Martial's agent confirmed that Martial wants to leave Manchester United this month. Sevilla want Martial. Bruno Fernandes is available for this game against Wolves. Couldn't play against Burnley because he was suspended. Fernandes got his 5th yellow card of the season against Newcastle last Monday. Wolves, they've had their last 2 games postponed because of COVID. Not so long ago, Wolves were supposed to be playing Arsenal and Watford. You know, Wolves have got some good players in their team. Wolves have obviously got Pedro Neto, that's good. Pedro Neto is out with injury, so he won't be in contention to play in this game. Wolves have also got Hwan Hee-chan. He's out with injury. Hwan Hee-chan is on loan at Wolves from RB Leipzig. They've also got Fabio Silva. Fabio Silva has been out with COVID. They've also got Daniel Podence. You know, he's a good attacking player. Wolves have also got Trin Chow. They've also got Raul Jimenez. Manchester United were linked with Raul Jimenez a while ago. Jimenez is Mexican. Wolves have also got Adama Traore, who's very good. Manchester United have been linked with him before. They've also got Ruben Neves. That's a very good midfielder. Manchester United have been linked with him. Ruben Neves has been at Wolves for 5 years. Wolves got Ruben Neves from Porto back in 2017 for 15.8 million. Neves has got a contract with Wolves until 2024. They've also got Max Kilman. They've got Moutinho, who's a good midfielder. They've got Dendoncker. They've got Roman Saiz. That's a good centre-half. They've got Conor Cody. That's also a very good centre-half. I remember Conor Cody when he was at Liverpool. He came up Liverpool's academy. Wolves have also got Fernando Markel. They've got Johnny. Johnny is out with injury. They've got Nouri. He's out with injury. They've got Willy Boly. He's out with injury. And they've got a player called Yerson Mosquera. He's out with injury. So Wolves are missing quite a lot of players. They've also got Nelson Semedo. Wolves got him from Barcelona. I do know a couple of the goalkeepers that Wolves have got. They've obviously got John Ruddy, and they've got another goalkeeper called Jose Sarr. Back in 2020, Wolves lost Diego Jota to Liverpool. That was a bad blow for Wolves. They also lost Matt Doherty to Tottenham. The Wolves manager is Bruno Fernandes. He's been in charge of Wolves for around 6 months. Wolves appointed Bruno Fernandes back in June last year to obviously replace Nuno Espirito Santo. Bruno Fernandes is under contract with Wolves until 2024. Before Wolves, he managed Benfica. Before Bruno Fernandes, obviously Wolves had Nuno Espirito Santo. Wolves were very consistent under Nuno Espirito Santo. You know, when he managed Wolves, Santo, he got Wolves back-to-back 7th place finishes in the Premier League. And he got Wolves to the FA Cup semi-final for the first time in 21 years. Nuno Espirito Santo left Wolves at the end of last season, and earlier on this season, Santo got sacked by Tottenham. He only enjoyed a short tenure at Tottenham. Nuno Espirito Santo was only in charge of Tottenham for around 4 months. You know, this fixture last season at Old Trafford was 1-0 to Manchester United. It was a late goal from Marcus Rashford. Manchester United's next game after Wolves is Aston Villa in the FA Cup. It's Monday the 10th of January is Villa in the Cup. We play Villa twice within a week because we've got him in the league on the 15th of January. Ralf Rangnick. He's been Manchester United's interim manager for around a month now. He's managed, 5 games so far. He's unbeaten so far, is Rangnick, so you can say Rangnick's enjoyed a good start to his managerial career at Manchester United. You know, Rangnick's Man United's interim manager until the end of the season. Then it did mention that he will continue in a consultancy role for a further 2 years. There again, Rangnick got warned that he may lose the consultancy role if he fails to get Manchester United into the Champions League. Rangnick has made changes at Manchester United. He's brought 3 additions in. Earlier on this season, he recommended Ewan Sharp in as an assistant coach and analyst. He also brought Chris Armas in as an assistant. And he also brought Saz Chalens in as a sports psychologist. Before Manchester United, Rangnick was the head of sports and development at Lokomotiv Moscow. Rangnick has been given £75 million to spend in this January transfer window. There's a lot of players that Manchester United are linked with. Now, there has been a lot of rumours about Julian Alvarez recently. There's a good chance that Julian Alvarez will be the first signing of the Ralf Rangnick era, because reports have said that Alvarez is close to joining Manchester United. Man United have already contacted Julian Alvarez's agent. Man United are prepared to pay the £17 million release clause to sign Julian Alvarez. Alvarez is at River Plate. He's been at River Plate for a long time. He's up their academy in that. His contract with River Plate expires this year. He's mainly a forward, but he can also be deployed as a winger. He's only the age of 21, so he's still young. He's got a lot of development in him. Earlier on today, I gave you the news on Declan Rice. It said Man United are confident of landing Declan Rice for 100 million in the summer. West Ham's disappointing December has given Manchester United a huge boost in the hopes of signing Declan Rice. Rice has been a long-term target for Man United. Rice is predominantly a defensive midfielder, but he can also be deployed as a centre-half. Rice has been a long-serving player at West Ham. He's made 149 appearances in the Premier League for them and he's scored around 6 goals. He's got a contract with West Ham until 2024. Before West Ham, he was at Chelsea. He was in their youth setup for several years, but he never got in Chelsea's first team. Jude Bellingham has also been a long-term target for Man United. Bellingham's at Dortmund. Man United tried to get Jude Bellingham when he was at Birmingham. In recent weeks, Manchester United have been linked with Boubacar Kamara from Marseille. We've also been linked with Frankie de Jong and Rudiger from Chelsea. We've been relentlessly linked with Amadou Haidara from RB Leipzig. Rangnick knows Amadou Haidara well because Rangnick used to manage RB Leipzig. Earlier on this season, Ralf mentioned that he wanted Amadou Haidara as his first signing as Man United manager. Haidara is a Manchester United fan and a Cristiano Ronaldo fan. He's already admitted that Haidara has a £33 million release clause. Towards the end of last year, it said that Manchester United were interested in Florian Wirtz from Bayer Leverkusen. He's rated at around £60 million. And Manchester United have also been linked with Ousmane Dembele from Barcelona. Now, not so long ago, it said that Manchester United contacted Ousmane Dembele's representatives. Ousmane Dembele is set to leave Barcelona as Dembele rejected a contract at Barcelona following a furious meeting with club bosses. I don't want Dembele at Manchester United because he's too injury prone. I heard something today saying that there's been talks about an Ousmane Dembele and Anthony Martial swap deal. Dembele has been at Barcelona since 2017. Barcelona got him for £135 million from Dortmund. Barcelona paid around £97 million up front. The rest was in add-ons. Dembele was a far superior player at Borussia Dortmund than he has been at Barcelona. Before as well, Dembele played at Rennes. When Rangnick first came in, he identified Manchester United's midfield as a weakness. But I reckon there will be more outgoings this month than incomings. Because Romano already mentioned that Man United's main focus on new signings is the summer, not January. But like I said earlier on, there's a good chance Martial will leave this month. There's a good chance Mata he'll leave this month. Do you think Lingard will leave this month? Well, towards the end of last year, it actually said that Lingard will stay at Man United this month to fight for his place under Ralf Rangnick. You know, revert back to when we had Solskjaer. You know, Lingard said he wanted to leave. Lingard doesn't get in the team, does he? There's a good chance that Man United will loan Amad Diallo out this month. Donny van der Beek, no, he'll be leaving in the summer. I give you the news on Van der Beek earlier on today. It said that Donny van der Beek is unable to leave Manchester United this month due to an agent bust-up. Bayern Munich are said to be interested in Van der Beek. Revert back to last summer, he was close to going to Everton. His move to Everton didn't materialise. Surprisingly, Van der Beek was left on the bench in Man United's 3-1 win against Burnley on Thursday night. I thought Van der Beek would have played with obviously Fernandes not being available. Last year it said that Donny van de Beek though won't be allowed to leave Man United in January as he's valued by Ralf Rangnick. He wants out, does Donny van de Beek, he's not happy. And revert back to when we had Solskjaer, Van de Beek was frustrated because he got nowhere near enough opportunities. Towards the end of Solskjaer's managerial tenure, Van de Beek confirmed that he will be leaving Man United this month. He's been a Manchester United player for over a year and a half now. This season's his second full season at Man United. Man United got Van de Beek in a deal worth 40 million with add-ons included. He's under contract with Man United till 2025. There's an option of a further year and he's versatile. He can play in 3 different roles. Matic, do you think he could leave this month? Pogba, he won't leave this month. If he leaves this year, he'll leave in the summer because it's already said that Man United are not negotiating a Pogba transfer this month. He says Man United expect Pogba to stay in January despite the midfielder nearing the end of his contract. His contract at Man United expires in the summer. Revert back to the start of this season, Paul Pogba rejected a new Man United contract offer. Do you think Jones and Bailly could leave the club this month? You know, Jones and Bailly don't really get in the team, do they? I thought Henderson was going to be leaving this month, but towards the end of last year, Rangnick told Dean Henderson he cannot leave Man United on loan this month. You know, Dean Henderson is looking for regular playing time. You know, he's not getting enough playing time at Man United because Henderson's second choice. Last summer, De Gea reclaimed that number 1 spot back. Henderson's only made 2 appearances this season. Earlier on this season, Henderson had COVID for a while. Do you think Telles and Delors will leave, you know, in this window or in the summer? But there again, Telles and Delors appeared to be our first choice fullbacks under Rangnick. Recently, Luke Shaw and Bissaka were the fullbacks against Burnley. There you go, and in the summer, I can assure Manchester United will appoint a permanent manager. Man United are looking for the 5th permanent manager since Alex Ferguson retired, because Man United have sacked 4 permanent managers since Ferguson. Manchester United sacked Moyes, Louis van Gaal, Jose Mourinho, and last year Manchester United sacked Ole Gunnar Solskjaer following the 4-1 defeat to Watford. Solskjaer was Manchester United manager for almost 3 years. When Solskjaer got sacked, if you do remember rightly, he gave a farewell interview and he got emotional in that farewell interview, which of course was understandable because obviously Solskjaer adores the club. And Solskjaer was part of the club for a long time. He was Manchester United manager for almost 3 years, like I've just said. And he endured 11 years as a player for Man United, so that's almost 14 years in total. You know, Manchester United paid Solskjaer around £7.5 million to sack him, because revert back to last summer, he signed a 3-year contract with Man United with an option of a further year, and the club made a bad mistake giving him that contract because we knew for a long time he wasn't the long-term manager for Man United. But the club certainly made the right decision sacking him. I don't think they wanted to sack him like I mentioned a while ago, but the club were left with no choice in the end but to sack him. You know, Solskjaer had no proven pedigree as a manager. You know, the clubs he's managed in his managerial career, of course, he managed Man United's reserve team for a couple of years, so he watched some of the team grow and develop. Then obviously he managed Cardiff. His record at Cardiff was absolutely disastrous. The reason he got sacked from Cardiff because he got them relegated Solskjaer managed Molde. He enjoyed 2 spells at Molde. He won a few Norwegian titles with them, but they're not a big club. And of course, he managed Manchester United's senior squad. Solskjaer had a proven pedigree as a player. Solskjaer won a lot of trophies as a player for Man United. Solskjaer's most iconic moment as a player for Man United was when he scored the winning goal at the Nou Camp in the Champions League final back in 1999. You know, Ole won the club the treble, and that is the club's greatest achievement. But, you know, revert back to the last few months of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's managerial tenure. You know, the performances were terrible and the results were terrible to go with the performances. Yeah, reflecting on that, you know, some of the blame stemmed from Solskjaer because Solskjaer's tactics and his team selections were questioned a lot. But not all the blame stemmed from him. There was also players that had to take responsibility for those poor performances as well. You know, Solskjaer did get appointed in as the interim manager back in December 2018 to replace Jose Mourinho. Solskjaer was the interim manager in his first 3 months. He did well as the interim manager, so the club decided to give him the job on a permanent basis back in March 2019. Ole obviously knew when he'd taken over at Man United it was going to be a massive job. Not only a massive job, a difficult job as well, you know, despite him knowing the club through thick and thin. Because Ole was managing one of the biggest clubs in the world. You know, when Solskjaer was Manchester United manager, he signed 14 players, and we spent over £400 million under Solskjaer. Let me put into the equation as well that Solskjaer also got rid of a lot of players when he was United manager. You know, he got rid of a lot of players permanently. He also loaned players out. In his first full season, got Man United to 3 semi-finals and got on a 3rd place finish. Then in his second full season, Solskjaer got Man United to the Carabao Cup semi-final. He got them to the FA Cup quarter-final, the Europa League final. That was his first major final when he was Man United manager, but unfortunately he lost it. Last season got us a 2nd place finish, and when Manchester United had Solskjaer, Manchester United went 29 games unbeaten away from home in the Premier League. So there you go. So some progress was made under him, and I like the way Solskjaer developed the youth when he was Manchester United manager. But, you know, revert back to the start of this season when Solskjaer was Man United manager. You know, I said, you know, this season was always going to be massive for him. You know, plus the pressure was on him because revert back to last summer, Man United enjoyed a very good transfer window. Man United made 4 signings. 3 of the 4 signings were major signings. Man United must have spent around 141 million last summer. Plus, revert back to last summer as well when Solskjaer was at United. You know, he received very good backing from the board. You know, the Glazers backed him, Ed Woodward backed him, John Murtough backed him, who was our director of football, and Darren Fletcher also backed him. So in the end, Solskjaer ran out of excuses. You know, Manchester United have spent over £1 billion since Ferguson retired. We've brought over 40 players in since Ferguson retired. Obviously, Rangnick now is inheriting players that other managers have brought in. You know, there's only 2 here from the Ferguson era. That's Jones and De Gea. There's only Mata here from the David Moyes era. There's still some players here from the Van Gaal era. There's quite a few players here from the Jose Mourinho era he's inheriting. And of course, he's inheriting players that Solskjaer brought in. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do consider subscribe as always. And take care, God bless. And I'll see you all again very, very soon.